Alrighty. Day one post. So I had updated yesterday on Instagram, and now I'm doing it this way here, so I don't have to take 50 videos. But yeah, keep them short. And so I just uploaded a short here on YouTube showing the day of surgery, and now it's about 24 hours post, like getting out. And yeah, so overall, it's good. So far, still good. Yesterday was, let me move this for a sec. There we go. Yesterday was better than I thought it would go in terms of, much, much better, I should say, on a number of fronts. One, the anesthetic component going under was dead simple. I remember cracking some jokes when I was in the room, and then I woke up. I don't even, it's so weird to think, like, I'm curious, like, was I talking? Don't know, because I don't remember anything. I don't remember, like, them counting me down, saying, okay, here we go, like, nothing. It was just like, like, I was literally talking 1 second, and the next second I was in a completely different room. And I didn't have a video of that. In that room, I was probably a little, the video that I took on Instagram, I was already a little, like, obviously probably out of it. Maybe sounding, but that wasn't the immediate. The immediate was really like, it was quite out. But a little groggy. But yeah, in terms of the surgery itself, I mentioned in the video, I'll just say it here again in case you missed the other one. I don't know all the details at this point. I'll know more once I get the sutures out in 2 weeks from now. But it sounds like, just from some of the staff that I saw afterwards, it sounds like it all went well. The CT scan that they took right before, a couple days before, showed that there was a pincer lesion in addition to the cam. Like, we already knew there was a cam, obviously, and the full labral tear there, so it confirmed that component, but then it also showed that there was some overhang there from the socket end of things. Like I had mentioned in a couple videos ago, that's what they were exploring, because the x-ray showed that was a possibility. And so, yeah, it showed that there was some, and explained to me beforehand that because of that, they were going to be not only fixing the cam, but also getting rid of that pincer on the other end. Shouldn't really do anything in terms of recovery, I don't think, because bone is bone, and so they'll recover the same. And then the good news is that the labrum itself, it was salvageable, and so they were able to just do a straight, like, kind of suture reconstruction of it. Like, I've watched the surgery on it on YouTube, and essentially it's just like, it looks like two fishing lines that they put in and just like tie it back together kind of thing. And then they kind of, make sure the suction's good on it. So they'll kind of roll your hip around and see that, it's getting that good suction effect. So they were able to do that instead of having to do the allograft, which I would think means probably a easier recovery. I just intuitively, I would think it's a little bit easier since it's my labrum, instead of throwing in like a new thing, and having to, like, kind of take out and put in. Here it's just literally tying something back together. And so, yeah, I think that would mean a better recovery time. But yeah, so did that, and then went over to physio, or like the physio came over to me after I came out, and then they fitted the brace on, which I'll tell you, my review on this Osur rebound brace is, it's garbage. For $800, it's kind of like there should be different sizes. There should be a small, medium, and a large. It's kind of ridiculous that there's one size for an $800 brace. Like, you should be able to customize $800 brace a little bit more than that. So unfortunately, it's been made for someone with about double the waist size than me. And so like it's having to like roll this 15 times to get it to actually sit like relatively snug on me, or else it just kind of falls down. So it's a bit annoying in that sense. But I mean, ultimately, it does the job, which is reducing or eliminating the risk of going past 90 degrees, which is my big restriction for these next 6 weeks. I'm not allowed bringing the hip past 90. And then the other is, so I'm on crutches right now doing kind of feather weight bearing. So they say less than 20 pounds. I'm probably going a little over that. But like I'm putting a lot through the crutches too. So I'm not really taking a lot into that leg. The good thing is from, good thing, but from a couple years ago, I have quite an experience with crutches. So I kind of, and being delicate with the leg. So I kind of, it doesn't feel unnatural to me, kind of what I'm doing right now. And so that's good. And so, yeah, the physio came over, we did the brace, we did couple little steps. I almost fell once, just like I'd lost my balance a little bit. But other than that, did the steps okay, and then went over to the stairs, did those pretty well. Going down is a lot harder, but here this morning when I came downstairs, it was no problem. And then, yeah, I got discharged and just spent the rest of the day trying to catch up on food, basically, because, well, after the long ride on the day before surgery, I just didn't have all the most time to kind of fuel up as much as I would have wanted after it. Um, and then, you're not allowed eating or drinking actually after midnight of the day before. And so I had to stop drinking. And so came to the surgery quite light in kind of Alpe Zwift shape. But no, I would have bonked on Alpe Zwift for sure because I was probably really low blood sugar. But yeah, really dehydrated for sure. Like just like, and coming out of the surgery, I'd say that was, so coming out, I was extremely achy in my hip, like really, really achy. And then the other part though that was quite surprising was how much my throat was hurting. Sorry, Hazel's just barking now, but was how much my throat was hurting. And they explained that's because there was like a tube down, and they said that if they needed, they would have to like go down into the vocal cords. It feels like they did because it feels kind of like right there. But yeah, the that was quite good. The pain level was quite good. As I said, it was just achy. And then the really good one was that when I went to bed last night after trying, as I said, to catch up on as much food as I could, I didn't end up actually needing to take any of the opioid painkillers. They gave me like tramadol there, and I didn't need to I didn't end up needing to take them at all, and I made the decision not to because for me I was just like, even though it might help with sleep, the other medication that I'm already taking, like the pregabalin and stuff for nerve pain, for the pudendal nerve problems, that helps with sleep too. And so I thought, well, maybe I can get away without taking it, and I rather not because I know that the opioids really can kind of mess with the digestive system and make it very difficult to go to the washroom uh, in the following days, and I know that can become very, very painful. I have had good experience with that. unfortunately. In that, well, in 2021, I actually had to go to emergency in 2021 because I couldn't go to the washroom for almost a week. Um, and so, yeah, I ended up having to go into emergency because then I stopped being able to pee as well. Um, and so I know it can be extremely painful. And that was excruciating. Um, any case, so decided not to take, and yeah, the sleep was quite good. I woke up twice. Both times though, like, wasn't because I was in pain. It was just I was just kind of uncomfortable with the brace, and then also uh, just sleeping on my back. I'm definitely a side sleeper, and yeah, not being able to go onto my sides and kind of like offload kind of one spot was quite uncomfortable. So it wasn't a comfortable sleep, but at the same time, it was a lot better than I thought it would be. And only waking really up to like waking up hard, like true wake up twice, I think is a lot better than I expected, for sure. And as I said, getting to do it without having to take any opioid was, I think, a big win. And to me, it means that the recovery is going to be quite good here, considering here we are 24 hours post, and people like who've had this surgery before say, "Oh yeah, the next day is brutal," and I mean, pain wise, right now, I'm kind of like my hip flexor hurts like a lot. And like doing any sort of hip flexion, like getting on and off the couch kind of thing here hurts a lot, like the hip flexion component of that. But I mean, other than that, like when I'm just laying here, laying down right now, like there's almost uh, like 1.5 out of 10. Like it's very minimal. And so yeah, I think that's a really good, like I'll be honest, I feel like I could bike. Um, like I do. Like maybe like not on my Cervelo, but like getting over the top tube, but like just on a stationary bike with like a little low, um, like not something without a top tube there, um, that I could just kind of step over. I feel like I could do it. I'm saying it quietly, but I feel like I could bike, um, like soon, um, maybe in a week. I'll give it a week, but I do think next Saturday I'll be on the bike, like at least at the YMCA there. I think I'll get on the bike for sure. Um, and so yeah, I'm just the day's plan is oh yeah, so I was saying I got up twice in the night and did 2 rounds of my physio exercises just to take advantage of the fact that I was up and try to get some blood flow going into the calves specifically because there is some swelling in there. And then so the day's plan here is literally just kind of on off repeat of where I'll do my rehab exercises. So it's just 4 really simple exercises. And then I'll ice. I have the ice machine strapped up to the hip right now. And then I'll get up. I'm supposed to get up for 5 minutes every 45 minutes, but not be up for longer than 5 minutes. And then, yeah, using the crutches to get around. I'll go outside once, just on the step, because I do believe very strongly in the healing power of fresh air. Um, I actually I think there's really nothing better than that to help healing, um, physically, mentally, everything. Um, I mean, if it mentally puts you in a little bit better state, that's going to have a huge physical ramification. So I do really believe in that quite strongly. Um, and yeah, staying hydrated as best I can. That's another thing I'm a big believer in is the power and healing effects of simple water. And yeah, just staying up on my nutrition best as I can. So getting good proteins in, a lot of egg protein, some lots of chocolate milk and stuff like that. Staying on top of that, and electrolytes, taking some of those, and just yeah keep everything going. Um, and yeah, probably I'll watch some movies this afternoon. I'm gonna do a little bit of work on the computer in a little bit. But yeah, overall, I'm really quite happy right now because I thought, um, you know, or not thought, but I was, you know, I said like I wasn't really worried about the pain at all, and I wasn't because here I know it's something I know and understand, whereas with CRPS pain, right, it was like, well, I don't know why it's hurting. Right here, it's like I knew why it was hurting. It's because there's you know there's a bandage the size of Montana on my hip right now, right? That's why it might be hurting. But here, the fact that it's not at all really right now, is a really like I'm really quite happy about it. And so uh, yeah, I'm quite optimistic about how this next week is going to progress, and I think because it's mostly muscle pain that I'm experiencing right now, like there's zero bone pain at all. Um, what I'm feeling is pure muscle pain, like in the hip, and it's like true like hip flexor pain. Um, like I feel like that'll dissipate very quickly, much faster than like deep joint and or bone pain, which would be more concerning. This doesn't feel deep. It feels like very superficial. As I said, like it feels like rec fem. Um, well, yeah, actually, it's probably more rec fem than iliopsoas actually at this point. Um, So, yeah, I'm much happier about that than if it was, if I was like, oh, there's a really deep ache in the hip, um, or like groin pain in the hip, like anything like that. This is more like it's straight hip flexor. So it'll get better quickly. So quite optimistic with that. And yeah, that's day one. As I said, I'll update again tomorrow. With day two, it's gonna probably look a lot like this, but I'll try to show you tomorrow. What I'll do is I'll show you the rehab exercise routine that I'm doing. So I'll set my phone up in the corner there, and I'll do my little routine, and you can kind of see what it looks like. And yeah, we'll go from there. Thanks so much for watching as usual. And if you're interested in more of the road to recovery and back to triathlon, then make sure you hit that subscribe button to see some more. And once again, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.